Okay, we're recording. Finally, Jack, Mr.
Come
Silkstone,
on then,
mate.
boys. What
Yeah,
are we saying?
I can't believe we finally got you here on the podcast. Finally, although originally you were supposed to come to the office, but then you kept like saying no,
said,
whatever.
boys, come on down to the best theme park in the world.
And I agree with that, by the way.
You know what? I know that's not true.
But no, mate. First off, mate. Wow, what an incredible year it has been for yourself, mate.
Crazy,
obviously, like your construction updates, even before that with your future, with Fright Nights, getting involved in everything like that. Dude, man, like from this little kid with a camera walking around these theme parks doing vlogs for like what you're doing now, mate, is absolutely amazing. How do you feel, mate? Like the journey of it all.
It's a bit crazy, it is, and the position that I'm in now, like I genuinely wouldn't change for the world. I'm having the time of my life. Don't know what I'm going to do once Hyperia opens, but I've had so much fun over the past few years building up to this point. And yeah, the time we're recording this, we're literally less than a week away from Hyperia opening.
I know, mate, I know. Obviously, we're going to jump straight into that. But before we do that and stuff, like we want to talk about obviously your Fright Nights and stuff because of your involvement. It wasn't just last year, it was also the year before as well, I believe. Was that when you first actually jumped in?
3 years we've kind of been working with the park now on Fright Nights, which sounds crazy to even say, but it's literally been the dream.
And, what you know when they say to you like, oh, did you approach them to say, hey, I've got an idea for this concept, can you help us on, or did they kind of like come towards you, or can you actually say anything about that?
Yeah, of course. It's been a journey over the past 6 years or so, because obviously I started filming the vlogs of the park, just coming, filming with the boys, having a laugh. Those vlogs then kind of turned into construction updates for like Fright Nights and stuff, all of that. And
was that for the park, or was that?
That was just for me. Literally, I've always said, the way my channel was going, I would have either been banned from the parks, or I'd have ended up working with them, because we were doing some crazy things. I must say, we were like putting our camera over fences. We were trying to do anything to like get the exclusive on these mazes and stuff.
Absolutely.
Like, you know how it is.
I do.
And yeah, thankfully, we were always very respectful, and it went down the route that the park kind of started watching them, started making contacts at the park, and it was just we kind of built this really nice relationship over the years, and that eventually turned into, because obviously myself and Kieran both studied film at uni, so we kind of had the skills to film this kind of high production content. And it got to the point where the park kind of reached out for us, and our first ever, well, we were going to work with the park pre-COVID on some like entrance screen content, but COVID kind of cut that, and we were gutted.
Yeah, I bet.
Because that was our chance to get in with the park, and we were
yeah.
like, yes, it's finally happening. And then COVID came, and like all projects
Completely
basically just got put on hold. But then, thankfully, after COVID, Black Mirror was our first project where we filmed the kind of teaser content for that, which was amazing. We kind of just worked with the park on, we pitched this whole teaser campaign, and they were well up for it. And yeah, from there it kind of just transitioned. We started filming the events, so like Carnival, Park Vibes it would have been at the time. And then yeah, from there we went into Fright Nights, which was always the dream. Like that was the one that we wanted.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, mate. I'm slightly jealous. In fact, of like, because you know, it's one thing working for a park, you know, and then working with the park, like, you know, side by side. But I believe like from working on Fright Nights, that is like your thing. Because obviously you do a lot of scare stuff as well. So
I used to be terrified of anything scare. I remember coming to the park in like 2012, 2013 Fright Nights, and I used to just stand outside the asylum watching people run out, and I was like, I cannot do that. Like, I physically cannot bring myself to go in that maze. But I was always obsessed with it. Like there's something about Halloween, isn't there, that just captures you, and I always wanted to do a maze, and then Studio 13 was the first maze I got in, and from there I've just been hooked. And now like Halloween Horror Nights and going every year. And like Fright Nights is like my favourite time of the year.
If you was to say anything, like advise people to like if they want to get into that, because obviously you do horror stuff, like how would you say to Rob, like try and do this, or try and do this if he wants to make like a horrors, like I don't know, maze or something like that?
I mean, it's just experience, really. Like if you're passionate, my kind of motto in life is if you're passionate, you can literally do anything.
Yeah.
And like you've proved that, like you've
been in the right place at the right
time,
speaking to the right people.
Yeah. So genuinely, if you're passionate about anything, like be it theme parks, YouTube, Halloween, just chase your dreams.
I must admit, and then obviously you've got, because me and Rob have been a few times behind the scenes to help you guys out, was obviously your Unleash.
Unlocked.
Apologise. Oh dear. Yeah, unlocked. That's my bad. Yeah, unlocked. I mean, what an incredible. I remember doing the first one behind the scenes with you, and you were nervous to hell,
mate. I was
you
a
were like,
mess that day.
I remember.
But I was a mess like in the months leading up to it as well, because it was always like a pipe dream, like the idea of hiring out Thorpe Park.
Yeah, how did that conversation go? Was it just you going, look, this is what I want to do?
It had always been an idea in the back of the head, and like I knew one day I wanted to, and I was like, you know what? Let's just have a conversation with the amazing events team here at the park. And they were like, yeah, it is possible. They put a pretty high price on the table, and I was like, because obviously you have to like pay to rent all everything, and I was like, because it was the first event, I had no idea if I'd be able to sell enough tickets to cover my back, and I was like, there's only one way to find out, so we went for it. And
to be fair, it's been a smash both years. Like it's
the first year, I was a nervous wreck on the night. Like I remember I was just drinking a lot to get through it, to be honest. But the second year, it was established. I kind of knew what was going on. So yeah, every year going forwards, I just kind of want to build on it and make it bigger and better. So yeah.
I must admit, I remember seeing like behind the scenes, and I did see you, and I was like, I've never seen Jack so nervous. Mate. He's there like, oh my gosh, my gosh.
Even just like standing on a stage and being like, welcome to my event. It was like,
yeah,
I shouldn't be doing this. What a weird position, but
what an honour though, and it's always sold out, and it's been great, and people, and obviously every year it gets bigger and better. So you know, massive hats off to you guys, mate. Here's your flowers, man. Because
massive thank you to you boys as well. You always smash the footage, and like the previous years, I haven't had time to like properly put the footage together into like a big marketing piece. But this year, it's gonna happen.
No, mate,
I'm gonna put
no.
that footage to use.
No, that's cool, man. Obviously, we're here at the lovely Thorpe Park, Hyperia.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes.
I mean, you've ridden it.
I have.
Your thoughts, man. I mean, when everyone saw it on like TikTok or Twitter or your socials and all that jazz, I mean, we'll start off with the obvious. You sat like in the train and you was like, oh my god, this is actually happening. And then they give you the thumbs up, dispatching it. What are your thoughts? What are your feelings going through that?
So we were filming for the one show that day. That's the reason we got to ride it so soon. So before we even got to ride it, we were doing like these interviews in the station, and I had like 20 people in there, and it was just pure silence, and they were just talking to me, and it was like, I just want to get on it, like I just want to skip past it. But no, so we obviously did all these interviews, and they were rigging up cameras on the trains and everything. There is footage of our first ever ride. I'm trying to get a hold of it.
Right, okay,
so
cool.
Hopefully I can get that. But yeah, they were rigging up cameras, and they finally were like, right, it's time to get on. And you know, life just stood still. It was like, oh my god.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was extremely jealous. I was like, look at this guy with a grin on his face from ear to ear, you son there, mate. But you know what? Hats off to you, mate, because you've literally done it from day one. From the construction, even the build up to it before
that, like when the first time we saw those markings on the ground in Old Town, documented the whole thing. It's been an incredible journey, and yeah, that was like a really nice kind of end because it hasn't even opened yet, but it was a really nice moment.
I mean, like itself, like the elements to it all, because at the time this is obviously goes out, we would have been on it as well. But like the element, you know, the outer bank twist. I'm going to call it that.
Yeah, it hasn't got an official name.
That's what
yet.
It's called. It's the OTT, right? The outer bank twist.
No,
or something like that. So where we're going with that. So like, what is that vibe like, mate? Going
right. First of all.
By the way, can we just state about it? He's not told me anything.
No,
this is literally
we've kept this off camera.
Yeah, we kept this off camera. Let it get a sip of his vodka. Here it comes. I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous.
Right. So first of all, just going up the lift hill is crazy. And the first ride I had, I don't remember. It was just a blur. Because like, as you go over the top on my first ever ride, it was one of the most surreal moments of my life. Because it's like I've been watching this thing go up over the past year and a half, and now I'm up here.
Yeah.
It didn't feel real. But we had 3 rides on it in the end.
I'm sure, mate. Look at it, mate.
So by the
I didn't need to know how many. You said it. There's no need. I didn't need to know.
But yeah, by the second or third ride, I started to like actually comprehend what the elements were like. And yeah, that outer bank is crazy. You're literally just on your side for so long, and you feel like you should go one way, and then suddenly it just flips you and you're upside down.
Wow.
It's insane.
Wow. I
Yeah.
mean, what are the seats like itself? Are they super comfy?
Oh, it's just so smooth. It's not like too smooth. It's got like a little bit of, it's got something to it.
Yeah.
It's not rough at all. But it's not like buttery smooth. That it's like not enjoyable.
You want a
it's
little
perfect.
something there.
It's
don't you?
yeah.
There's one thing that what people a lot are saying is that they wish that it had like onboard audio.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Oh, in an ideal world, I'd love like onboard lighting, onboard audio, but because of like planning permission and like the local residents, I'd like that just couldn't
Oh,
happen.
really? Yeah, I didn't even think of doing that. Yeah.
You got to think how like tall it is, so they can't just be like.
Sticking all like
Yeah.
yeah,
But there are speakers around the ride, so like as you dispatch up a lift hill, you've got onboard audio, which is incredible.
What's that store like anyway?
Oh, the best stall I've done. I prefer it to like Velocicoaster, Zardra.
What?
Like, you're upside down for so long.
And also, it's quite slow. We've seen it tested
Yeah.
today, and we
It's
were
been
like,
getting faster though as the day's gone on.
I don't know. The first time we saw it this morning
the
doing it,
first
we were
one this
like,
morning, I think it's gonna make it
yeah.
round.
we were like, oh, dear, we're gonna have to push it in a minute.
Wait, was today the first time you've seen it tested?
Testing, yeah,
Wow.
all of us, all of us have
Wow.
seen it, mate. So it was quite impressive to see. But yeah, I'm just super jealous, but at the same time, I'm super proud because obviously you put all the effort, all the time into it and everything,
That's
mate.
truly incredible. And a big shout out to Dom as well. I'm so happy he was on it.
Yeah.
Like, he's smashed it.
Absolutely. So what is next then for really, Jackson? Because now
All right.
Hyperia's, but it's like, oh right, now I'm gonna have to go back to vlogging now. or
genuinely,
whatnot.
I
should
don't
think you'll
know.
be jumping back into Fright Night soon if you haven't.
Yeah,
already done
Friday
so.
nights is not long after. I'm definitely going on a few holidays once this is done. Just taking like a few weeks at least just to chill out a bit, because especially this coming week with Hyperia opening on Friday, it's going to be crazy, like working round the clock.
Mate. I mean, we've had an interview with Russ. Obviously, that's out beforehand. He couldn't tell us anything, so I'm not going to say to you now what's new for this year because that's not fair. But like, I must admit, the Fright Nights itself, not that it's stale or anything. I'm just hoping that 2024, well, not if not this year, next year, things should really change really, because obviously we've had a few the same now. The trailers for a bit
We've
now.
had some changes the last couple of years. We had Stitches last year.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry, yeah,
yeah.
Stitches are yeah, that was really good. I must admit. Did you have a lot of input into that, Stitches?
I did like, so obviously we do all of the marketing content, but I kind of see the maze being built from like, but like in terms of like the design of the maze, I did like the facade and stuff, which is cool.
Nice.
And like certain design elements, but not too much in terms of like.
I must admit, with the
maze.
video side of it, and it's a shame that Mr. Big K's not here because I'm a massive film geezer. I do a lot of films and stuff and everything. So, but when you're filming these trailers and this and that, like one of them, you was up in the dome.
Yeah.
Like, what is that about? Like, damn, if you've not seen it already, make sure you watch that video. It's incredible. But I was like, you filming stuff in the dome for, man?
Yeah,
like,
so that was like the 2022 campaign for survival games. We just needed like a space that looked like a film studio, and on the top layer of the dome there's like this massive corridor that goes around the top level. Have you guys like explored it? I guess not.
No.
No,
The
I've not
dome
been
is
there,
crazy.
no.
There's like so many hidden
Jack's gonna
corridors.
take us up there in a minute.
Underneath.
No.
Yeah, the dome's crazy.
But yeah, obviously, we're all going to Florida, the OTT.
Oh, boys,
Yeah,
I
we're all
cannot
going.
wait.
And so
I
are you
cannot
guys,
wait.
man. I'm looking because I've never done. You've done Velocicoaster,
Yeah.
so and you've done Velocicoaster,
Yeah.
but we haven't, us lads. So we're kind of like.
Well, it
we're-
won't quite be Hyperia, but no, I'm joking. It's an incredible
Is
ride.
it better than Hyperia?
Hyperia is my #1 coaster.
Right.
Obviously, I'm very biased, but I think they sit at similar levels.
I don't believe that, mate.
Let's be honest. The
We'll
theming
see.
you can't
Oh,
beat.
yeah.
on
well, it's
Velocicoaster.
universal.
It's incredible.
It's Universal full stop and everything. So what you look forward to the most then? Going to back to Universal and
Just
Busch
Halloween
Gardens.
Horror Nights, mate. Like genuinely.
Do
that
you
is what
enjoy?
I live
I
for.
see. I'm not. Don't get me wrong. I like Horror Nights to a certain degree, but I do think the UK do it better because of how you're batched in together.
I think the scares are done better in the UK, but I think for actual
Atmosphere and theming, you
it's-
just
the
cut.
States
It's
have got it.
unbeatable.
I mean, I remember doing the first Horror Nights, and I was a bit like, okay, are we doing like a conga line here? What was going on? And to be fair, maybe we just had a bad run of houses when we all went
Yeah.
through a lot of them, and we were like, okay, there's a jump scare. Oh, this person's going to come out this curtain in a minute.
Thing is though, those scares still get me.
Are you truly? Yeah, because sometimes
I'm
people
a big
say like,
pussy boys. I can't lie. I get scared by anything.
And sometimes I feel like, is this guy taking the piss, mate? Is he
Generally,
really? Is it for
it
camera?
doesn't take a lot to scare me.
But no, mate, absolutely great. But obviously, hopefully, fingers crossed, we are going to meet each other at Universal, mate.
100%.
Because obviously it's Lee's birthday out there, so we're all going to go for drinks. So
Oh,
we're going to get
boys,
like,
it's gonna be
and all them
incredible.
lot, mate. We're going to get together.
Thing is, are you as soon as you get off the plane straight to Halloween Horror Nights, or are you?
I think we land
Sleep
the
it.
night before it starts.
Oh, okay.
So it's our go-to trip. We go there the night before, go for a nice Mackey's on iDrive, go to Walmart, stock up, and then the next day we hit Universal straight into Halloween Horror Nights.
Obviously, Nemesis Reborn's opened.
Yeah.
You went there way late. Like
Yeah,
when
what was that
you
all
weren't
about?
even
What
there on
happened?
opening
Yes,
day.
we were.
On opening day they were there, but you got there.
I don't remember you
Quite-
being there.
What?
Opening day.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you
You were
when
outside
you-
Pizza Pasta when we were in there.
That was it. You came late in the day.
Yeah, we were later in the day.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, oh mate, we can't
That's
be
what I meant.
we can't be getting up there for opening because we like to day trip towers.
Okay.
So it's a long day and
Yeah.
getting there for like 6
What are your thoughts
AM
on
or-
Nemesis then?
It's a great ride. It's
Did
not
you
quite
feel-
it's not quite Inferno, is it? But
I'm very intrigued to find out if this is going to be my number one, because obviously Nemesis is my number one. No, Saw's my number one.
I can't
right.
even decide what his number one is.
No, and then it's Nemesis. So I'm quite intrigued
I
to see
think
where
it's going to be
Hyperia-
hard to not say Hyperia is a number one. Are you
Should
boys
check.
here on opening day?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're actually here. Well, when this goes out anyway, we're going to be doing a live stream.
Oh, sick. Oh,
At
yeah,
the
I
Monks.
saw. Is that happening?
Yeah,
Is
that's
it?
happening. We literally went down yesterday, and we checked out the signal. I was there going, are we going to be dropping signal here quality? But no, we should be fine. We should be all right.
Well,
Hopefully.
we've done a live stream on Monk, so it's doable.
Is it all right?
It's doable.
We've
yeah.
got the kit for it, man. Sorry, man.
Absolutely
I
brilliant.
remember
look
going on
forward
your
to that.
stream, and you were like, "Daddy, check it out, kit. It's great." Everything on the live, but no, it was quite funny though. In all honesty.
Yeah.
So yeah, any big plans then for this year? Then obviously apart from Florida, anything good?
Nah, once Hyperia is open, I want to put together a big documentary. I've got so much footage for that ride, and I think the story deserves to be told in just one big,
100%.
Big kind of
If
video.
it's anything like the Fright Nights documentary you've done, they were amazing.
Yeah,
Like,
that's the aim. I want to just take. I'll probably take a few months off YouTube and just focus purely on that.
Nah.
I want to do it justice.
I get that, mate, because like you say, mate, you put a lot of time, you put a lot of effort into it all and stuff, and I think what you've done is absolutely incredible. It really has, and I do, believe that you should have had the first train on it, mate. In all honesty,
Yeah,
when
definitely.
you were saying like, when they said to you like, did they tell you that you were going to go on it that day?
I knew like for a week or so, yeah, because
Oh, you
it was
did?
obviously for the TV show, so it was
Right.
like very organised. Yeah.
So were you like, no? Did you sleep that night going, oh my god,
Oh, it
I'm
was crazy.
actually going to go on this ride?
It felt like Christmas Eve. Like I was like, it didn't feel real that I'd be riding it.
Deal. So did you go on the back row?
First ever ride was front row, which was incredible. Like
Right.
I've always said, I want to get on it as soon as possible, but if I can get a front row for my first ride, I'd be so happy, and it managed to happen. And then yeah, the next two, they were like, oh, we need to send the trains again for. They need to film someone else on the front row. And they were
Okay.
like,
Oh, what a
So if
shame.
you want to film a train,
Oh,
go on,
never
then.
mind. You know,
So
I'm
yeah,
sure
we got two more rides on the back row, and back row is my favourite.
I know that it's getting. We were speaking to us about it. There were some of the community or just general public are kind of like worried for the cattle pen. It looks very smiley with the cages and stuff, but we've just been there and we've had a look at it, and it looks actually all right. There's actually nothing wrong with it, really. It looks perfectly fine. What are your thoughts about the surrounding areas of it theme? Because I know a lot of people are saying, oh, theming this and theming that, but I think itself doesn't need it because of what it is. Does that make sense?
I mean, looking at the size of it, like, and talking to like even the engineers, they're so happy that it's just a raw roller coaster.
100%.
Like, it does what it's the tallest in the UK. It's the fastest. Like, it's
Weightless.
going to, and the most weightless. Don't forget that. Yeah, it's just incredible. I've got a question for you boys though.
Oh, don't,
I
man.
obviously watch Off the Tracks every Sunday that you do it.
Yeah, well,
That's it.
whenever that is.
And yeah, I think it was Jake put up the advert. And you weren't such a fan, Danny boy.
Oh no! No. What it was is I'm one of these where it's a case of what? It didn't spell it out to me. I was like, why is there a guy in an office? Papers as wings. I was like, oh. And then Lee obviously trying to explain to me, and I just thought, I don't get it. I'm so confused. What's going on?
Fair enough.
I just don't think it was portrayed the greatest.
Fair
However,
enough.
though, it didn't. What, did you film it?
No.
I was about to say, it's like,
Outside company, wasn't it?
Huh?
That was done from an outside company.
Yeah.
Did you wish you did that?
So we did like the train reveal and that kind of
That was
content.
sick.
Thank you very
Honestly,
much. That was really cool.
Yeah.
Should have
Should have DL Media onto
It's a
that.
bit like watching like the Velocicoaster train.
That
reveal.
was
Like,
kind of our
it was-
idea, yeah.
very well done.
But yeah, what I will say about the marketing for the ride is obviously the Nemesis stuff has been incredible,
Wow.
isn't it? That's obviously like very kind of tailored towards enthusiasts. I know with the Thorpe one, that was kind of like we don't want to kind of go. I'm not saying we as in the park didn't want to go for like they didn't just want to market it as a scary ride. They wanted it to kind of appeal to the masses as much as possible.
I completely get that, and you are right by saying that as well. And to be fair, with the marketing and stuff like that, I don't think, hand on heart, it needs it, because it's, let's be honest, you can see it on the M flipping.
It markets itself, doesn't it?
Yeah,
That's the
and
thing.
I think it does, mate. In all
And like
honesty.
once it's open, the marketing doesn't end there. Like it's going to be continuous throughout the year. Kind of like now that it's open, come and ride it. It's the tallest here.
If now, because you've ridden it, I have to ask, what would you change? And please don't say nothing.
Oh
it's
no!
perfect.
Don't get me. It's not a perfect ride. In an ideal world, it would be a little bit longer, wouldn't it?
Longer.
Having been on it, I didn't come into that brake run thinking, oh, that was a bit short. Like it feels like a good paced, long, not long, but like a good length ride when you're on it.
Okay, a bit like, I suppose, no, because with the Swarm though, I'm always like, oh, if it just had that bit more, just a few more loops and maybe an extreme version, that
I
would
think
have.
because everything will be so intense on it.
Yeah.
Like you feel like you've had.
You
your
very
fill
much, yeah.
of
You
that.
go into the
Yeah.
brake run feeling like, yeah, that was incredible, but it's got the speed to be longer. So I wish it was a tiny little bit longer. Yeah.
Tiny bit longer. But you know what, mate? I tell you what, yeah. I just, I need to get on it. I need to get on it like ASAP.
I was
It's
hoping to
soon,
get on
it's
it today,
soon.
but that didn't happen.
So, any big plans then for you, Jen Jack? Anything like, no. It's not. Sorry, it's just Jack's fans screaming, Jack, we're on a photo. We're on a photo, Jack. No, any big plans though, mate? That you can actually tell us, or is it a case of like, I've got to kind of keep it hush hush?
Just keep him busy. Like Thorpe's got a very exciting future. So even after Hyperia, I'll be keeping busy at the park.
Are you sad
working
about
with them.
Slammer? Because I'm sad about Slammer. I actually enjoyed Slammer.
Oh, it's been closed for about.
I know it has. That's
5
what I'm
years
saying.
now.
Yeah, but I genuinely, I was one of these beliefs of the fact that they were going to redo it. I thought they were waiting for parts and I thought they were going to
mate.
reopen it again. I thought, you know.
Not. It was an incredible ride. So good.
That's what I'm saying, mate.
I will be sad seeing it go.
What about
but-
Black Mirror?
I've
I was
got.
about to say, you must have some
I've
bits.
got a bit of a personal connection
Yeah.
with Black Mirror. Obviously, it was the first kind of attraction we worked on, so. But I won't be sad. I'd rather see a maze in there if that ever comes. Like, it's perfect maze space, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, who knows what they'll do with that whole area.
You know. Stop telling us.
Oh, he knows. He's a yeah, but what we've been asking pretty much everyone is if you was to bring like a coaster to Thorpe Park anywhere around the world, what you know,
Ooh.
what would it be? And why?
I'd love to see a proper good like indoor coaster here at the park.
Indoor
Kinda
rides.
like towers, like Project Horizon's obviously looking and exciting. I'd love to maybe see something like that. I'd love to see a spinner here, even like something like Taron, a multi-launch.
Happy, you know, Right to Happiness.
Yeah, an RMC. I'd love to see it.
Wow, we may have an RMC soon. Not here, somewhere else. Wink, wink. But no, mate. It's you know, I think Thorpe Park needs now dart rides. It needs a world-class dart ride. When Darren Brown went, I
You
was.
got Ghost Train.
I know you were part of that, and I'm not going to disrespect you or anything, but I'm one of these where I loved Darren Brown's Ghost Train.
Really?
Yeah, I genuinely did. I love the concept of it all. And when we watched the behind the scenes of it, by the way, which was incredible, I was quite sad that it went. And then, to be fair, it was one of our videos that we did a lot on big discussions of saying like, you know, oh yeah, get rid of Darren Brown. And I was kind of like, just be careful what you wish for, because Ghost Train may not be that great overall. And to be fair, I know that they've been doing a lot of work on it recently this year. I've not ridden it this year,
you
so
gotta
I
get
can't
on it,
really.
mate.
But I mean, is it any better than last year?
Oh, I think it's a great ride. It's Ghost Train's a tricky one. Obviously, the ride system went in for Darren Brown's Ghost Train. So when they obviously changed it from Darren Brown's Ghost Train to Ghost Train, they couldn't change like the ride system or anything like that. So yeah, it's an interesting ride. I would like to see more dark rides here at the park, though.
100%. We need like a world-class dark ride. And don't get me wrong, Curse is great, and there's nothing wrong with Curse, but it's still not a world-class. It's still not like a forbidden journey. Do you know what I mean? That kind of
It's
eyeball.
not
The Mummy,
like
do you know what I mean?
Flight of Passage.
Or I've never been to Disney, so I wouldn't.
Oh, are you going this?
No,
this...
no, we don't do Disney.
Oh, boys,
we don't do Disney.
on.
I don't want to see Mickey Mouse. Jesus, man, I'm in my 40s, man. I'm going to load of people saying, so am I. My boys, and I love Mickey. Thorpe Park itself, great future ahead of it. I know for a fact.
It's really
the
exciting.
only thing what I'm worried about is the future for it, because it's not a very large park.
You know what? There's more land here than you think, boys.
There's more they could use, yeah, definitely.
People saying like, "Oh, I'm worried for the space here at the park." For a while, it's all good. It's all good.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't really. If you were to take a ride out of here, though, what would you take?
Coaster or just anything?
Any ride.
Oh, good question.
And by the way, flying fish lasts longer than Hyperia.
The cheat.
Just dropping that in there, mate. I tell you now.
What ride would I get rid of? It would be Ghost Train, I think. I think it takes up a really prime spot in the park.
But it's very expensive.
Yeah, I think Walking Dead, Ghost Train, Slammer, you've got a really nice area there. Even Storm Surge wouldn't be too sad if that went.
Yeah, I mean, Tidal Wave at the moment, it looks a bit dry without no water coming down it, though. I've had many conversations with some people today as well, saying like just looks a bit dirty, if anything, because obviously the water, the lime scale and all this, like, all that jazz.
Did you?
Yeah, with the fire though. Do you know what? And I'm not going to lie to you, I couldn't give a damn. I never even realised it went. I didn't even know if it was there in the first place. I never really,
Has it ever worked or not? Have they not?
I think it's been tested like once or twice during like close season when it's all like signed off and like there's no one in the park. But yeah, it's a funny question to ask Ross. His reaction always makes me laugh. Bless him.
I know the community were going mad like, when is this fire? Because they did actually put out, didn't they, saying, oh, the fire's coming back.
Yeah, it was in my first ever video, or one of my first videos with Russ. He said, we've got some fire.
So have you said anything to us saying, yo, you're making me out to be a liar here, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Is it?
No, I love Russ though. How was your interview with him? Was it all good?
Yeah, I mean, it was really cool. It was really nice. He opened up a lot, to be fair, a lot more than we thought. We were trying to push out as much as we could do, and he was like, oh, I can't say. And I was like,
very
come on,
tactical
mate.
in his
He was.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Can we just state, by the way, that the Hyperia sign looks incredible.
Yeah.
Your video does it no justice at all. No, that's not a bad thing. No. No bad. Yeah.
A lot of people have said that it's so much bigger.
Yeah, and when we saw it, the wings, I was like saying to Lee, like, damn, man, these wings are huge.
It's nice, really.
I tell you, mate. Do you wish that there was a bit more theming or anything? Or are you just quite happy what it is?
I mean, I think what they've got works really well. The station dispatch sequence really cool as well. It's
I can't say anything, and I don't think you've actually seen it yet, but there's a projector there. Now, people, when this comes out, people would have already seen what's cracking off.
Yeah.
What is going on? Do you know that? Do you know what happens?
Yeah,
Can we say that? I don't know.
Depending how it opens.
In fact, do we want to know? Do we want spoilers?
We do want to know,
yeah.
So yeah, I believe there's going to be projection mapping as you kind of dispatch the station.
Oh, okay.
Is it like a mist then?
I think so.
Yeah, I believe that. Because I know that me and Jay went down Monk's Walk. By the way, it's the most scariest thing at night. Jesus,
a
mate.
crazy place.
It is. And we were there looking at the station, which was really bad because Russ looked into that Instagram live and we were like, oh my God, this interview's gone now. But yeah, it was, and we saw it and we couldn't see no misters. And I was like, do you know what? That would make sense to have a mister there with that whole projector to do it. But yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Obviously, we would have ridden it, so it was great. So, but no, overall though, mate, I mean, I think what you're doing, Jack, is amazing. You're doing such an incredible job. I'm looking forward to the future of what comes next. I'm looking forward to Fright Nights as well. I don't know if we're still invited to go into Unlock. I think I think we should do an OTT.
Get you boys all down here.
Yeah. Shall we all go down to Unlock, mate? Not Unleash. Unlock. That's the one, mate. I can't believe I said that, mate.
Big shout out to you boys though. You are smashing it at the moment. I've
Thank
been
you, man.
watching you guys for years now, and it's so cool to see the progression.
quality is now.
It's been a slow growth.
Yeah.
But no, I remember watching the live streams. You used to do it every week, and it was so fun. You were doing it like no one else was, and now you've kind of transitioned into these kind of
podcasts, microphones, fan
smashing it,
cams.
and you're getting some of the biggest names in the community.
Like
it's
yourself.
so
Like
no,
yourself,
like
absolutely.
Bianca, that's huge.
That was quite insane.
In the studio as well.
I know,
And
so
you
much,
boys
man.
are smashing it.
No,
What's the future looking like for you lot? Just keep banging out the podcast.
I mean, getting Rob on would help now and then, mate. He's such a busy.
Busy man.
He just pops in and pops out when he wants. Tips his little toe in.
He comes for the big
But
ones
no, mate.
today,
But no, we too. And then this is the truth, though. We're all busy doing our own thing, business and stuff like that. And there is periods of times where in July, sometimes we're never going to put anything out because obviously I do a lot of commercial video stuff and weddings and stuff. So we've got a great team, though. Let's be honest. We've all got different personalities, and it works really well. But yeah, thank you so much, man. No, because that's really nice, and so we know that we're going in the right direction.
Boys are smashing it. Absolutely love
But yeah,
it.
but listen, Jack, thank you so much. This was an absolute pleasure.
Nice. It's
And
been a long
I'm glad
time in the
that
making.
I'm glad that we've
moved.
moved this to a shade because it's absolutely sweltering out there. But yes, mate. But as always, mate, don't forget you can follow us on our social medias on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and if you are new to the channel, make sure you do subscribe and hit this bell icon. Every time we upload a new video, you will be notified. So I'm done.
I'm Rob.
I've been Jack.
And as always, are you gonna do it, dude?
Happy riding, boys.
That's the one.
Happy riding. Come on.
Cheers, man.
I've been
Thanks a lot.
waiting a long time to do that.